Straight ahead on 12 News, 'tis the season for charitable giving. We'll show you where last-minute donations are pouring in. Then,
and what should you do if you fall into an icy cold lake? I'm going to show you coming up.
but first, fury and frustration. The latest on the security breach that's rattling millions of Target customers. 12 News starts right now. Hello, and thanks for joining us. I'm Alexandra Renslow.
And I'm Mike Johnson. It's still far from clear how big of an impact a massive security breach will have on Target customers.
What is clear is there's no shortage of concern. Target says it has fixed the breach that impacted customers at its stores between Black Friday and December 15th. Security analysts say the timing is no coincidence, as canceling credit cards before Christmas would cause the kind of chaos retailers want to avoid. While Target has disclosed few details about the breach, national media outlets are reporting it may have originated in Southeast Asia. And security experts say those stolen numbers have flooded the black market because of zip code information that made it easier to avoid fraud alerts.
It is a public relations nightmare for Target.
Meantime, shoppers are still sorting out what it all means and what to watch out for next.
All right, we're talking about the security breach at Target for the next 10 minutes or so.
In the land of red and khaki,
from a consumer standpoint, you just always need to be vigilant.
Talk of Target's data breach stretches into another day. Its impact on customers may take months to sort out.
I think a lot of this is people are still kind of learning as we go. More information is going to be coming to light here.
The message is to keep daily watch of your accounts online. Debit card users could be the most vulnerable because the cards are tied directly to bank accounts, and they don't offer the same protections as credit cards.
Be in touch with your bank and say, what can I do? What should I do? How can I best protect myself?
Target is fielding customer questions too, and some shoppers appear to be more forgiving.
I'm not worried at all. I was able to get online last night at about 1 a.m. and finally check my account and make sure that everything's okay.
In this day and age, we have so much technology that it's going to happen, and it could have happened to any other business.
Hackers got the numbers, but it's up to consumers to be proactive and ask the questions.
The more it's hammered home, the more it's going to sink in.
The Better Business Bureau says now it's time to be aware of the secondary scams like phishing emails or calls offering to fix the problem.
Be a little bit wary of people who are looking to help you right now, because some of these people are probably scammers looking to cash in on the confusion surrounding this issue.
The Better Business Bureau advises directly contacting your bank or credit or debit card provider with any questions related to your account.
There's an update on the Norovirus outbreak that sickened more than 80 people earlier this month at the Edinburgh Golf Course. The Minnesota Health Department believes the foodborne illness was caused by workers that were sick and shouldn't have been handling food. Multiple banquets were held at the Clubhouse restaurant were affected, including one held for the Totino Grace football team. Minnesota Department of Natural Resources is warning people about driving on the ice.
Even though it's cold outside, it's still not safe on metro lakes. Reporter Sonia Goen shows us what to do if you accidentally break through the ice.
You know, people ask all the time, well, how are we supposed to get our fish house out?
Minnesotans love to spend time on the lake.
Just because you see other people out on the ice doesn't mean that the ice is safe everywhere.
But all that fun can suddenly turn dangerous.
You know, we've had some extremely cold weather the last couple of weeks. Many areas of the ice are still not thick enough for motorized vehicular traffic.
Just because the ice looks safe doesn't mean it is. There are channels that weaken the ice. Even snow can be a problem.
When it starts snowing, that acts as kind of like an insulating blanket, and you really can't tell what's down below there.
This year, at least 2 people have fallen through the ice.
Last year, we had 25 incidents of vehicles or people going through the ice. 23 of them happened out here on Lake Minnetonka, 2 at other lakes or rivers across the county.
The inside liner is what keeps you warm and provides flotation.
I decided to see what it feels like to break through the ice.
The sensation of going from the ice to the water is a little unusual, and it takes a bit to get used to it.
With the help of the Hennepin County Sheriff's Office,
You'll feel the air rush past your neck and come out,
I suited up in protective gear.
and that you know it's working.
I was apprehensive about hitting into the lake. Then try to climb like this.
Correct.
Okay. But I gave it a go. If I were in here for more than 15 minutes, officials say I'd be in trouble. Since the water's about 20 degrees, you start to lose dexterity quickly.
Put your feet down.
The first thing experts recommend doing is don't panic.
Kick, kick, kick.
Once you get focused, start kicking your feet.
Keep going, keep going, keep going.
And paddle towards the edge of the ice. Then use your elbows to pull yourself onto the ice.
Now roll, roll towards my voice.
And then roll, roll, and roll your way to safety.
Keep rolling, keep rolling. Good job.
On Lake Minnetonka, Sonia Goins, 12 News.
The Hennepin County Sheriff's Office recommends going onto the ice with a partner just in case you run into any trouble, and they say it's also a good idea to carry ice picks.
Brooklyn Park Police are expected to join Brooklyn Center in installing license plate readers to check for stolen cars or wanted drivers. Brooklyn Center installed the cameras on a squad car last year to read license plates. Brooklyn Center deletes the information at the end of each shift, but across the state, the technology has created data privacy concerns. Brooklyn Park wants to decide how long to keep that information, and now council members have accepted a state grant of more than $30,000 to buy 2 systems, but they won't be installed until the city comes up with a data collection policy.
We have a sad update on a story we brought you last month. A Brooklyn Park man was working with Fairview Hospital to bring his nephew here from Liberia to receive an emergency medical procedure. 9-month-old Zachary Jeneka had been diagnosed with hydrocephalus, the buildup of fluid on the brain. His family said doctors in Liberia lacked the resources and the expertise to treat him. In early December, Fairview agreed to do the procedure for free, but little Zachary passed away before his family could fly him here. Experts say without treatment, a child with this condition likely won't survive beyond his first year. Coming up, why charities are dealing with a sudden rush of donations.
Then later in sports, a former Armstrong volleyball standout helps her team into the NCAA finals.
But first, a chilly weekend forecast. Sunday may stay in the single digits. One of the most important times of the year for area nonprofits.
A big part of their annual budget comes from donations dependent upon charitable giving and those end of the tax year write-offs. 12 News reporter Shannon Slatton shares more of what you need to know if you plan on making a gift before 2014.
A really busy time for us.
Drive-through donations are the name of the game at Arks Value Village.
Our entire store is stocked with stuff that the community members graciously donate to us.
At this store, they count on about 175 donations on an average Saturday. By the end of December, those donations soar to more than 300 per day.
We're dependent on the great donations that everybody gives us to raise as much money as we can for our organization.
Those donations go to the sales floor where the prize helps support people with disabilities.
I think that's what we rely on most, is just good people who have some extra to share.
Hands have been busy at Second Harvest Heartland too, with volunteer shifts full and donations coming in.
This kind of year is where we get all of our funds essentially for the rest of the year's deliveries, gas, overhead, to make sure that our trucks are getting those food out to the people who need. So we really depend on people this time of year.
In fact, 47% of financial donations come in during the last quarter of the year.
This is the time of year where so many of our neighbors are thinking of their other neighbors, particularly those in need.
While donations in kind are appreciated, here, dollars go further.
We're able to make $1 go a long way. $1 donated to Second Harvest Heartland allows us to distribute about $8 worth of food. So there's a ton of leverage in what we're able to provide for our neighbors.
The rules at nonprofits like these are simple. Get the donations in before 2014 and you'll get the documentation you need to claim the deduction on your taxes. But if you're thinking about a large donation, consider talking with your financial advisor to see how your money can be stretched.
People oftentimes might have a highly appreciated asset like a mutual fund or a stock or a bond, and they sell it, pay the taxes, and then write a check to the charity. You can actually gift that highly appreciated asset directly to the charity, then you don't have to pay any capital gains taxes on your gain. Win for you, win for the charity, everybody wins with the IRS.
Shannon Slatton, 12 News.
And there are some other incentives to give besides a tax break. Arks Value Village offers a coupon to donors, and Wealth Enhancement Group offers a charitable donation if you come in for a financial review. Well, coming up, an art exhibit for the children.
We'll show you where elementary school students can feel like the pros. But first in sports, the Park Center girls basketball team shoots for another big win. John Jacobson has the highlights up next.
John Jacobson with sports now, and a young woman from Plymouth has a chance to help bring home a national title. This is pretty cool.
For the Badgers, let's say.
Very,
Yeah, no
very
less.
exciting for her, yeah, and having a great season, and they're having a terrific tournament. The University of Wisconsin volleyball team is in the national final, and one of the Badgers' best hitters is Plymouth native and Armstrong High School graduate Dominique Thompson. 12-seed Wisconsin advanced to the title game by shocking #1 seed and defending national champion Texas on Thursday night. Thompson had 12 kills as Wisconsin becomes the lowest seed to ever advance to a national final. Thompson and the Badgers will face #2 seed Penn State on Saturday night at Key Arena in Seattle for the title. A future University of Wisconsin athlete, now a senior at Park Center High School, enjoyed a big night on the basketball court Thursday as her team won its 5th straight game. The Pirates visiting Anoka, and early in the first half, here is future Badger Kayla McMorris driving and scoring with the left hand. She scores 26 points in the game. The Pirates in transition, and later in the half, Hannah Schaub to Ann Simonette for the jumper. Park Center up by 14 at halftime. Early in the second half, Michaela Hayes double team, passes it out to Schaub, who cans the three-pointer. And then Hayes gets into the lane and floats in a jump shot herself. The Pirates lead by 25 points at 46-21. McMorris spots Ashley Lewis open at the top of the key. She hits a long two. Park Center goes on to win big over Anoka 71-36. The Pirates are now 6-1. Also in the Northwest Suburban, Osseo looking to go 4-1 in the conference as they hosted Armstrong. Maddie Malone hits a pull-up jumper for the Orioles to give Osseo an early 11-2 lead. Courtney Calkins nets three-pointers in the game, including this one that makes it 20-4. Io Port is an impressive player on both ends of the court. She spins and scores here and draws a foul. And the Orioles lead at 43-14 at the half. Second half, Armstrong's Lyric Williams hits a runner in the lane. She tops Armstrong with 14 points. But this game is never in doubt. Port in traffic turns and scores 2 over 18 points here. And then watch Haley Swanson getting a block for the Orioles, and this will trigger a fast break. Ari Jones ahead to Azaria Reed for the layup. Reed scores 19 points, and the Orioles beat the Falcons 69-31. Now to boys basketball, where Champlin Park continues to play very well. The Rebels were at home to take on an Elk River team that came in 6-1. Champlin Park jumps on the Elks early. J.T. Gibson to the lane, hits a nice floater for an 18-7 Rebels lead. Nice ball rotation here for Champlin Park, leads to an open three-pointer for Alec Lebo. He knocks it down, and it's 29-12 Rebels. Their defense leads to offense as McKinley Wright gets the steal and speeds ahead for the layup, and it's all Champlin Park. Jeremy Johnson kicks it to Alex Hilly for the spot-up three-pointer. And it's 52-21 at halftime. Tyus Jones of Apple Valley on hand to post for pictures of this one. The Rebels don't let up. Hilly swings it back out to Gibson for 3 of his 17 points, and it's 61-25. It's one of those nights where everything goes right for the Rebels. They demolish Elk River 95-39. In boys hockey, Champlin Park reached the Section 5AA final last season. The Rebels got off to a 1-5 start, but looked to right the ship against Osseo Thursday. Mason Schmidt leads the rush up the ice for Champlin Park. His shot's blocked, but Anthony Donato is there to bury it, and the Rebels take a 2-0 lead on the Orioles in the first period. Second period, Osseo's clearing attempt is right to Daniel Kiel. His shot sneaks through traffic. 3-0 Champlin Park through 2 periods of play. Patchen Austin's team increases the lead as the Osseo defenseman falls here, and Reese Woods happy to take advantage. He speeds up ice and fires the shot home. That one makes it 4-0 Rebels in the third. After another Champlin Park goal, Osseo tallies. The first shot here is stopped, and the Rebels can't skate it out of trouble, so Mason Hadala is there to capitalize for the Orioles. He gets the goal to get Osseo on the board. But it's Champlin Park's night. Anthony Toberman on the rush. He slams on the brakes, fires a shot home for a goal. Champlin Park rolls to a 6-1 win. And that is a look at sports. Some games Friday and Saturday, and then most of the teams, or all the teams, really holiday break until late next week in basketball and hockey.
Boy, just a showcase of some outstanding prep athletes there.
A lot of them.
Thanks a lot, John. Still ahead, art shown with pride.
We'll show you an exhibit that parents will love when we come right back. Santa and his reindeer are teetering back and forth on the rooftop of a home in Robbinsdale. We found this holiday lighting display in the 3200 block of Drew Avenue North. Front yard, as you can see, is crowded with all sorts of characters lit up for the holiday. Despite the early cold weather, there's been no shortage of great holiday lighting displays this year. And if you know of a well-decorated yard in your neighborhood, let us know about it. Send an email or give us a call. Well, most children's artwork usually ends up on the refrigerator, right?
That's right. Not in Robbinsdale, though. About 200 elementary students are being treated like pros. Renee Bonneau shows you where you can view their work in today's Weekend Showcase.
Wow, you guys are further than any of my other classes.
Like a parent, art teacher Lauren Haberly is quick to brag about her students.
Half the time they're better than my examples. Like they're more creative. They brought in all these new ideas that I would never have dreamt up. And we can have people kind of come up here because remember I'm going to be drawing something right here.
But unlike any parent I know, she's got 1,200 children.
And it's going to fade and get lighter.
And it's a challenge to find the space to show off their work.
You're layering the feathers to plant that seed at such a young age for them to see that they can be successful at something and showcased and get that started. That enthusiasm early on is so important.
For a number of elementary students in the Robbinsdale School District, their artwork is getting some rare exposure in the community. From now through December 26th, Robin Art Gallery is featuring their work in an exhibition called Art is Primary.
It's really fun to just see the kids and their families light up as they walk into the show.
Other people get to see your artwork and see like what you did, and it just makes you feel really good.
While the show gives these students a sense of pride, Haberly says the public will get something out of it too.
I think it's much more approachable than a lot of what we think of art gallery show because it's our kids and their artwork. Is that clear?
And she adds, your support could inspire some of these children to pursue an artistic career.
It's an amazing, amazing opportunity for these kids. It really is.
For Weekend Showcase, I'm Renee Bonneau.
Robin Gallery has special dates and times for the show. For more information, you can go to robingallery.org. You can almost see the pride on those kids' faces, couldn't you?
That's really cool for those kids.
Great to have them displayed. That does it for us. Thanks so much for joining us.
Stay with us, Community Corner, coming up next right here on Channel 12, and have a great weekend, everyone. We'll see you Monday.